Oh, here we go. That was an absolute Queen speech as well, mate.
Hello Disconnected fans, welcome to another Spotlight session. This time we are exploring the players. And today I have none other than Jordan Pendlebury, aka HX Masterz. Hello Jord.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jord, thank you very much for tuning into the Spotlight session with myself and answering the questions to our DC audience. So my first one really is, how did you get into competitive gaming?
Well, I was doing it for about 6 months in FIFA 20. I kind of found I say I found a lovely game, but we all know what, like, certain, things can happen and whatever, but I seemed to find myself doing quite well in Weekend League, and I thought, you know what, I knew a few competitive players around the, scene at the time. Played a few tournaments, IGG and stuff like this, and I thought, you know what, I kind of really enjoy the feeling of being a competitive player or, whatnot. So I searched around the competitive scene, and, there was a few clubs, if you'd call it, or organisations that wanted to take me on as they've seen me play, because I do stream quite a bit. So yeah, basically just that. I knew a few people, and I like competitive, and I like playing FIFA. So put all that together, and that's what made me want to start.
And obviously we're hearing about you in terms of how you got into more of the competitive gaming, but what made you come around and joining Disconnected in the first place?
I joined DC basically because I was with an organisation called Volcano eSports. A lot of people know about them, and I did leave near the end of the FIFA year just for personal reasons. Obviously, I moved into a house on my own and had to get a lot of stuff started, so I actually stopped playing FIFA. And then basically, then DC Turtle, who I know both quite well, messaged me saying, we want to take you on as a player. Would you want to do it? And I didn't really think twice. I was just like, yeah, and basically that's it.
Obviously, this is going to be a big year, hopefully, for Disconnected, but what really can Disconnected fans expect from HX Masterz?
Well, skill goals. Basically, I like doing a couple skills. I like to keep the ball, work my opponent, and get it into an area where I can do something special to score a goal. Basically, hopefully, verification in the coming weeks as well. I've got a bit unlucky last week, being 21-1, matching a lot of pros in my last 10. But that's just a learning curve. You got to play the best to beat the best at the end of the day. But yeah.
What are your thoughts of FIFA 21 this year?
Well, in the early access, I thought FIFA 21 was great. Everyone was really enjoying it. Obviously we all know about the servers being broke for the first 2 weekend leagues where we couldn't play, and it's had to be extended to Monday. But all in all, it's different. It's definitely different. There's a lot of new features you have to learn. Obviously, there's new off the ball, on the ball features that you can learn to make you a better player as well. It's just getting out of the hang of playing FIFA 20 and getting yourself into that FIFA 21 mentality.
And obviously Weekend League, aka Foot Champs, is something that's been around for quite a few years, and obviously it's more the competitive side of FIFA. What's your opinion mainly on Weekend League, Foot Champs, and even the competitive side of FIFA nowadays?
The competitive FIFA side is good. Obviously, there's a lot of tournaments, there's events coming up. Obviously, for verified players, you get the best of 2 early when you get verified, which is good for learning, playing BO2s and things like that. And Foot Champs wise, it's the whole output's good. Obviously, now they've added a top 200 instead of 100. I've been unfortunate to lose both my first games both weekends, but I ended up being 21-1 last weekend, and just collapsed. It's just my mentality of the last 10 games of trying to pull through it. As I lost one game, and then if your head goes, and then that's it. And we all know what happens as soon as your head goes. It's kind of just you're battling against the game and the computer as well. So, and the AI and the player that you're playing against. So it's one of them where if you do the right things, you get the right results.
And my final question, let's talk Man City Prem. Obviously, Man City Prem is a major event, and also a collaboration of all our disconnected players kind of meeting up and almost getting along. Could you go through the experience of what it was like to go to Man City Prem, but also for you as a player that hasn't really had much experience and then going to such a big, wide stage and trying to represent a boyhood club of yours?
Well, yeah, EPREM's different. Obviously it was my first EPREM. I played against a lot of good players. Sayer, we all know Sayer. He actually won the whole thing. Ryan Pessoa, obviously, he's a pro at Manchester City now as well. And you got the likes of Tekers, Witt, Umar, a lot of good players that I got on with really well. I seem to click with a lot of the guys there. Obviously, being a City fan, being in the getting a stadium tour, being on the pitch. Just that experience itself, without even the pro side of playing competitive, was something that I really look forward to. But yeah, it is nice to see familiar faces, but it's not great when you're all going up against each other, is it? So it's one of them where your friends, everyone says your friends off the pitch, and then on the pitch you've got to be ruthless. But yeah, all in all, it was a good experience, and I really enjoyed it. And hopefully we can get there next year, or this year coming up. But it's probably going to be online because of the global pandemic. I hope so. Hopefully I'll be able to represent Man City, but who knows? We just got to take, like I say, take each tournament as it comes, take each game as it comes, and all I want to do is just get better at the game, and just, if it happens, it happens.
Thank you very much, George, for tuning into our Spotlight session here today and answering the questions. Make sure also to check out our Academy Player Spotlight, where our first one, ZJ, aka Zach, tuned in to answer the questions that you guys wanted to know earlier on. Next week, we have another double stat player spotlight where we speak to our academy player DJ Benji, aka a content creator, and also exploring Sabercat, who is a pro player here in the main team for Disconnected. Anyway, till then, have a very wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see you once again next Friday for more player spotlights. Big up DC!